weeks ago I told a story about the FBI and local law enforcement like swarming this house where I live. After I put that video out, which did really good as far as my channel is concerned, people started reaching out to me. People at work, random people, like I was recognized. So I made the original video thinking, because I was close to the situation, I felt like I had some authority to speak on the subject. I'll link the original video, which is going to tell the story way better than I'm going to here, in the description. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would say watch that video first. But basically what happened was, around 7 a.m. a few weeks ago, the FBI raided a house in my area where I live. So my original thought was, if the FBI is involved in our area, that it has to do either with drugs or with child pornography. I actually had someone that is familiar with FBI protocol reach out to me and tell me that I was right about that. It is either of those two things, if the FBI is involved. People from work kept saying things, and I think it's because I made the video, they thought that maybe I would have like inside information or something, and I'm like, I don't. It's just, you know, enough people said things that I knew weren't true that I just felt like I should make the video to kind of squash the drama or whatever. Like, no, this is really what happened. Another assertion I made in my video was that it was like leaked child pornography. They did kind of raid his house and they took things, and if there was drug paraphernalia or stuff to manufacture these drugs, that this person would be in jail right now. Well, he's still coming to work. We see him walking around, and the people that run the place where we live say that he's not living there anymore. His wife was completely caught off guard by it and threatened to kill him and all these things, and so they kind of separated the two of them. I did ask a local official about public safety, like, is this, should I keep my kids away? Like, I mean, what's this about? And this person told me no, it's not a threat to public safety. If I'm right about the fact that it either has to do with drugs or child pornography, and it's not drug related because he would be in jail, and so it is about child pornography, either they would have showed up and found evidence that links this person to the child pornography, or the raid was about like a fact gathering mission. So I'm thinking about all these things, and this is going to be totally random, but there was a time in my life, I lived in Washington DC when I was in the Navy. We lived in a little apartment, and I got into growing bonsai trees. And so I got into this online forum and ended up being a moderator on this online forum. And we had this guy who apparently had nothing better to do with his life than cause drama on an online bonsai forum. So we banned the person, but the way that we really came to pin this person down was through the moderator tools. We could find his IP address. We knew that when this set of IP addresses was online, it was him. And so we started banning IP addresses, and that took care of our problem. Anytime you get online, the device you're using to access the internet has what's called a MAC address. It's burnt into the device. My camera has a MAC address. My phone has a MAC address. Every place at which you access the internet, you're given like an IP address. When you get online from my home on my phone, you would be able to pinpoint the fact that that IP address belongs to me. It's something that you can kind of mask, but for the most part, every device has two addresses, and it makes it specific to that device at that time that's accessing the internet. So I'm putting all this information together, and I can say with confidence, this is what's going on. If they would have found physical evidence that this person had produced or obtained child pornography, if they would have found these things, like total damning evidence that this person was in possession of child pornography and it was irrefutably his, he would be in jail. So what I am saying has happened. As someone who has amassed all these sources, either close to the person or, like I said, familiar with FBI protocol, what's happened is this person has been caught online in that way somehow. And whether it's like a website or like a hub of some kind, this person's IP address or a set of IP addresses got flagged and just somehow alerted the FBI to illegal activity that they needed to pay attention to. They tracked it down to this person's home. And because he's not in jail yet, they're just kind of amassing evidence. They've found the devices that this person has accessed this kind of content with, and now they're going to gather evidence to pin that information to him. And that's what's going on. My biggest thing was, how come this person's not in jail yet? Like, we have 3 little girls who are beautiful, intelligent, vibrant young women. Is this something we need to worry about? And it looks like if this person was involved in like a targeted, like if he was watching some little girl, some child, and producing pictures, images, whatever, he'd be gone. So that tells me that he has access to some kind of online database where he's been downloading this content, and they're trying to pin that on him. And then when that information comes out, he'll just get picked up and be sent away. That'll be that.